Your money is talking to AI. And I'm not kidding about this. Every time you swipe your card, apply for a loan, or even browse an online store, there is an algorithm whispering in the background, making all the decisions for you. Which brand to trust, which price point to consider, whether your transaction is safe or being watched. It's not just you making these choices anymore. Very soon, we will enter a world where AI-powered agents will soon start acting as if they are our own personal money managers. And they will start helping you spend your money way smarter with utmost privacy. Whether it's researching, negotiating for prices, or even completing purchases. Which means SEO is forever going to change. How people discover your business will change. The bigger question is, how should businesses plan their next year to make the most of this new AI wave? Welcome to the new era of Agentic Commerce, where your business doesn't just sell to people, it sells to algorithms that act on behalf of people. But what does that look in real life? Let me explain with an example. Meet Tanya. She runs a very cozy coffee shop in Delhi. Her regular customers walk in and their orders are already being prepared because Tanya knows their preferences, or rather, her system does. Tanya isn't a tech expert. She doesn't run Facebook ads or optimize for SEO. She just loves making great coffee. But her business has quietly evolved. Her menu updates automatically based on seasonal trends. Her inventory reorders itself. Her loyal customers get personalized offers without her lifting a finger. This is Agentic Commerce, where intelligent systems can anticipate, act, and adapt on behalf of the business owner. It's not just about selling things smarter. It's about freeing Tanya so that she can focus on what she loves while her commerce and finance engine handles the rest with true intelligence. But there is a twist in this tale. Last month, something unexpected happened in Tanya's life. A few customers started calling her. Hey, my card got charged twice. Your website is now looking very different. Tanya opened her laptop and froze. Her store link had been cloned. Her customer data was getting leaked. Invoices were surfacing every single where randomly without her consent. Her business had not just been attacked, it had been targeted by an AI system trained to exploit vulnerabilities in automated agent-driven platforms. But wait, you don't have to stress too much about it. At this year's Global Fintech Fest, one of the largest fintech festivals in the world, Mastercard showed 4 powerful innovation concepts designed to help small and mid-sized businesses like Tanya's grow intelligently, operate seamlessly, and stay protected in the AI agentic economy. Let me explain you what they are one by one. First is something called Agentic Commerce, where AI agents become your customer's personal shopper. They'll recommend products, compare textures, and pick what fits best. Which means that as a business, you will now need to design for these AI agents and up-level your services and products. Otherwise, you will remain invisible to this new wave of AI-driven customers. Second is the rise of virtual reality-powered investing, where you can explore entire real estate projects in 3D, assess their layouts, and evaluate risks before you even spend a rupee. Because it's so much difficult to travel and see a real estate location, especially when you're a busy working professional. Third, a smarter generation of banking apps like the Axis Bank or the HDFC Bank app supported by Mastercard capabilities, where AI is not just tracking your transactions, it advises you on credits, investments, and smarter business decisions through its own intelligence. And fourth is next-gen cyber intelligence, powered by solutions that deeply assess you and your partner's cybersecurity vulnerabilities. It helps you protect your identity, your personal information, and even prevent frauds when they're about to happen. These tools show one major thing. They're a glimpse into a future where AI protects, guides, and personalizes businesses all on their own. This is your instructor Ansh Mehra, and today I'm going to show you how agentic AI is going to change the face of SMEs across the country in the next 1 to 2 years. And I will give you a step-by-step roadmap on what you can do to stay ahead of everybody else. Let's start with agentic commerce. Let's think about how you shop right now. You're probably opening multiple applications, scrolling endlessly through a large list of products, and even after spending all of that time, you're still wondering, did I actually get the best deal? But here is what's coming: Agentic Commerce. And with this, you'll shop in less than half of the time that you spend today. When I came here, I was only interested in understanding what is this agentic commerce thing, because the entire world is talking about agents.
Yeah.
And I've heard a little bit about how agents might shape my behavior, how agents might help shop. But because you're actually building this, if you had to explain this to a completely non-technical person, how this thing will change the way we shop, can you just explain it to us in a few words?
Sure. So, if we look at our shopping behaviors, a lot of our shopping is repetitive in nature. But we do spend a lot of time thinking about it, lot of time executing it, and so on. So, when we are talking about agents, agents can actually take the work that we are doing and do it by themselves. So, that's where agentic commerce is going to help us. But if we also start to think from the point of view कि आज से 30-40 साल पहले शायद आप पैदा भी नहीं होगे, बट जब लोग सामान खरीदते थे, we would always go to a shop that is near to us. I could only travel 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. Whatever is available, I would buy from there. Maybe 40 kilometers down the line, there was a better product at a cheaper price. I won't even know about it. That merchant who's built that product does not know about my customer. So this discoverability was not there. But then came e-commerce. E-commerce के आते से ही people could sit on the website and search, and they could see so many products. So the discoverability increased, because of which my choices increased. Now, if you have seen the shift from commerce to e-commerce, now it is easy for us to understand क्योंकि हमने दोनों देखे हुए हैं. So now it is easy for understand कि आगे क्या होगा फ्यूचर में. Agentic commerce means, let's say today you have to buy a smartwatch. So what will you do? You will go to some website and start searching for smartwatch. Maybe you like, you don't like. You go to the second website, you search for another smartwatch. We can go to 2, 3, 4 websites. But imagine कि पीछे चैट जीपीटी या फिर इस टाइप का एजेंट बैठा हुआ है. That agent can look at so many websites, it can crawl the entire web. That agent can bring the 1,000 watches for you, rather than me who could have seen only 20, 30. That's the power of agents. That's a problem also कि 3,000 watches का what will I do? So there comes personalization, and hyper personalization means कि there are organizations, banks, and so on, which have information about the demographics of the people, that this person is a teenager, this person spends in high-end things versus low-end things, and so on. This is that profile, it can shortlist कि 3,000 में से ये केवल are more relevant for me, and so on. So now you understand suddenly the discoverability will increase significantly, but at the same time the load on the user has reduced significantly as well. Now if that is the ecosystem, the commerce will really lift, because the matching of a product to a customer will take it to a totally different level, which is what agents are going to help us do.
Think of it like having a digital personal assistant or your own agent that can handle all of the boring, repetitive stuff for you. The searching, the comparing, the filtering, going through all of the reviews. It learns what you like, scans hundreds of sites in seconds, and shows you only what truly fits your style, budget, and core purpose. So instead of spending hours hunting for the right product, you can just approve what's been already curated for you. Now, here is where it gets even more interesting. These agents are not just finding products, they're also protecting you, because they can detect scams, prevent frauds, and handle payments securely in real time. For a small business like Tanya's coffee shop, this is game-changing. Her coffee beans could now show up when someone searches for organic light roast, even if that person had no idea about what to look for or even her brand. So here is a tip for all the business owners watching.
So I think the number of choices that a business can deliver for products, that will help them, that they can cater to all different kinds of users, because we are talking about hyper personalization. Now if I have only one size of a shirt and I'm selling to everyone, I will not be able to sell. Suddenly I realized that everyone has a different choice of size, everyone has a different choice of texture, everyone has a different choice of some shape, slim fit, and so on. So then I, as a manufacturer, will have to manufacture all different kinds of sizes. So I think as a business, if I can increase the variability of my products, that will help me to find the right customer and entice all different kinds of customers perhaps.
Start offering product variants, bundle sets, single items, gift packaging. All of these words will now help agents to figure out that your product exists over the internet. All of these small terms will give agents more options to recommend. The more variety you offer, the higher your chances of being surfaced to the right customers. Now, if customers are using these agents to discover products, how does Tanya make sure that her coffee beans actually get recommended when she is placed in between so many companies on the internet? Simple. She needs to give the agents plenty of options with the right keywords. More variety means that she can cater to a broader range of users and increase her visibility. We like to think that we always choose what's best for ourselves. But in the future, these agents will show us just how much we didn't know that we were even missing.
I think initially there will be a lot of excitement about this particular thing. So people would want to compare if I would have bought this thing versus if my agent is buying this thing, is this better or not? And lot of times as humans, we always have this tendency that I can do everything better for myself. So I think soon enough we'll start getting surprised at how much I did not know, which this technology is going to help us realize, which is when we'll start to appreciate it. Once that appreciation comes, I think that's when the rollout would start to happen and start to increase the penetration of this particular technology.
Now the question is, how quickly will all of this come into the picture? How will shopping evolve by 2026 or even 2030? Here is what I think will happen first. The thought of buying something, let's just say a new phone, won't even be triggered by your own emotions. Your agent will look at your current phone, see that it's 3 years old, and automatically provide you with the best replacement options along with the perfect timing to buy that phone based on discount cycles. So the intent is now moving from being customer driven to now being influenced by these agents. This is exactly why Mastercard is building this massive ecosystem. It's going to include your banks, merchants like Tanya, and everyday users like you and I. They're spreading awareness and focusing on increasing discoverability, connecting people who create things with people who might want to buy them. So if you're running a business, whether it's small, medium or large, you need to make sure that you're aware of this new consumer behavior. We've already moved from physical cash to card payments to contactless cards and now soon to contactless devices. All of this is shaping the world of commerce. If this is clear, let's move on to the next revolution: virtual reality powered investing. Imagine this. You're not scrolling through images of flat property listings anymore. You're actually walking through a luxury tower in Mumbai. You're checking out the view from the balcony, standing in the kitchen, feeling the space all without ever leaving your couch. That's the vision behind VR-powered real estate investing. This is not just about virtual tours. It's about fully immersive environments layered with real insights that can help an investor figure out if this is the right investment strategy. You can compare layouts, simulate how your furniture would fit, even see data overlays like market trends or risk indicators, all within the experience itself. Now, it's important to clarify something here. While Mastercard has expressed strong intent in immersive commerce and these future-facing financial experiences, this is currently a conceptual direction, not a live product offering. What they're doing is positioning themselves to enable these innovations through future partnerships with banks, fintech platforms, and real estate vendors. The goal is to embed security, payments, and data intelligence into these ever-evolving investment journeys. Their broader vision is to turn real estate discovery into a fully immersive, insight-driven experience. Today, when somebody wants to buy a piece of real estate, they either rely on videos or on pictures. But in this mode, you can actually see market trends and risk indicators to truly make the right choice. One that aligns with your financial goals, adapts to your credit profile, and ultimately brings smarter investing right into your palms. Now let's talk about how Mastercard is helping banking apps build a way smarter user experience. Have you ever thought, what if your banking app could actually analyze your spending and suggest recommendations and tell you where to spend and where to save? Or even better, tell you exactly what your next move needs to be with your money, whether it's for your own personal use or for your business. That is the core idea behind the AI revolution happening in Indian banking right now. It's been driven by companies like Mastercard and implemented by major players across the country. For instance, Axis Bank offers an NLP-based assistant called Axis AHA, along with an advanced investment tracker for research-backed monitoring and Smart Edge Plus to understand and answer your questions in real time. Similarly, HDFC Bank has its Smart Wealth app for real-time portfolio insights, and EVA, that's Electronic Virtual Assistant, which handles your queries, provides instant resolutions, shares market updates, and gives you personalized insights based on your financial goals and risk tolerance. But what about security? Is all of this even safe? Now, on the back end, Mastercard uses something called Brighterion AI to create individualized user profiles. And this is critical for fraud prevention. Let's say the AI notices something unusual, like a sudden large purchase that's completely outside your normal habits. It will instantly flag that as suspicious activity with utmost accuracy, often preventing fraud before it even happens. Now, when it comes to investments, instead of just passively tracking your goals, banks are starting to give you personalized digital advisors. For someone like Tanya, who runs a local coffee shop, the AI could use Mastercard's data to offer market intelligence. It might advise her on optimal cash flow or suggest expense management strategies based on local spending trends and benchmarks. This next-gen platform integrates spending data from Mastercard and investment data from your bank to give you a complete end-to-end financial overview. Then, it delivers proactive, actionable recommendations, whether that's personalized advice on optimal credit utilization, timely alerts to rebalance your investments, or market intelligence to optimize your small business strategies. But the problem is, with all of this AI coming into the picture, there's going to be a bunch of new threats that might even harm your upcoming business. This is where we understand the latest cybersecurity measures coming into the picture. Is there a way that we can solve and protect our business money as well?
Absolutely. So, Ansh, ये आपने बहुत अच्छी बात करी है. AI, over the years, we have seen how it has really penetrated our daily lives. अब होता क्या है? AI के फायदे तो हैं, but हम defend भी करते हैं lot of people from having cyber attacks. But you can imagine the attackers become smart every day. You cannot avoid cyber attacks, but you can definitely keep your demeanor and your organization strong and robust enough that the impact of those attacks should be minimized to you. So where Mastercard come in, we have a lot of products, and I'll name one of them, RiskRecon, where अगर किसी के पास अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का एक वेब लिंक भी है, URL भी है, उससे हम बता सकते हैं कि उसके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की साइबर हेल्थ कैसी है. क्या it is exposed and vulnerable to many of those cyber attacks, and there are 14 to 15 different parameters where we can talk about which ones you are scoring well, which ones you are more vulnerable to, and then we even help them to fix some of them. So like that, there are many such capabilities where attacks will keep on happening. The ones who are smarter in preventing are the ones who will grow faster and lose minimal or no money.
Remember Tanya's nightmare? The cloned website, the leaked data, and the dark web invoices? This isn't new. It's actually getting calculated, automated, and increasingly becoming common. In 2024, cyber attacks costed the global economy $9.5 trillion. Just to put that in perspective, that makes cybercrime the third largest economy in the world. So when Mastercard showcased its cyber intelligence suite at Global Fintech Fest, they weren't just protecting banks, they were protecting businesses like Tanya's.
So definitely Mastercard is doing a lot on Agentic, but along with Agentic, I think the key is also not to just facilitate payment through Agentic Commerce, but prevent fraud also by the use of Agentic Commerce. And some of our capabilities, help detect threats, right? So, अगर आपने demo देखी होगी, one of our demos says, how can we proactively detect threats where we let's say there's a potential scamming that is going to happen, or someone is doing cloning, or we know it's a deep fake, or some data is going to be put on dark web, right? How do we detect all those behaviors in a very proactive manner, raise alarms and alerts to the organization, and then help them make their controls much more robust? So, to summarize, not only helping facilitate payments in a faster and a real-time manner in agentic commerce, but also preventing threats and fraud from completing the last mile connectivity.
Let me show you exactly how this works. Think of it as 4 layers of defense. Each one catches what the others might miss. First is called RiskRecon. This is your vulnerability scanner. It currently monitors over 19 million companies globally in real time, backed by the same intelligence that secured 143 billion transactions in 2023. For Tanya, it would have scanned her website, her payment gateway, and every vendor she works with, spotting weak points before the attackers did. Then it would have given her a prioritized action plan to fix all of those issues. The second layer is threat intelligence. Mastercard just acquired Recorded Future for $2.65 billion. And here is why they did that. It monitors the darkest corners of the internet, underground forums, hacker communities, and dark web marketplaces. They analyze millions of data points daily using AI and spot attack patterns before they even happen. So if RiskRecon tells you that your door has a weak lock, threat intelligence tells you that there's a burglar in your neighborhood already planning to break in. The third layer is ID theft protection. Now this one's personal because it monitors your identity 24/7 across millions of data points. Your passwords showing up in data breaches, your credit files being accessed by random people, your personal information appearing on criminal forums. If Tanya's data ended up on the dark web, this would alert her immediately. If this third layer was active in her business, she could have acted way before her customers started calling her for all of these issues. The fourth layer is decision intelligence, real-time fraud blocking. It scores every single transaction in 50 milliseconds. And it's trained on 125 billion annual transactions. Banks using this see their fraud detection improve by 20% on average, sometimes as much as even 300%. It would have flagged Tanya's duplicate charges instantly and stopped the fraud before it even escalated. Now here is the magical part. These 4 do not work in isolation. RiskRecon identifies your weak points. Threat intelligence predicts incoming attacks. ID theft protection monitors your identity, and decision intelligence blocks frauds in real time. Together, they form a complete defense army, keeping your business secure 24/7. Because in 2026, attackers are going to use AI to its full potential. They are faster, smarter, and more automated than ever before. You need protection that learns and responds at machine-level speed. So if you're running your business online, understand this. The cost of prevention is always lower than the cost of recovery. One breach can destroy years of trust, but the right tools are now coming into the market. Cyber intelligence isn't a luxury or a good to have anymore. It's going to be the core foundation of your business. Just like you need a website or a payment system today, in the future you will need cyber protection from all of these new AI-enabled threats. Because in 2025 and 2026, your digital security is your core security. And that's what Mastercard showcased at the Global Fintech Festival 2025. Not just individual tools, but an entire ecosystem where businesses of all sizes can protect themselves and thrive. The future isn't just about moving faster, it's about moving smarter and safer. We're entering a world where AI helps your money think, shop, and protect itself. Where your bank isn't just a vault for your money, it's a living system that learns and evolves with you. Businesses like Tanya's won't just survive the AI era, they will evolve through it, faster, safer, and smarter. Because the next generation of business owners won't just use AI, they will actually build with AI.
I think as we move forward, youth is already becoming very disciplined. They want to see what are the different and exciting ways of payment while not losing money and being disciplined around it. So I would say India has a great future with the youth. We have our population will be increasing. market disruptions are at a great stage. In fact, I was talking to someone, the entrepreneurial mindset is biggest at this point of time. So let me take an example. 20, 25, 30 years back when I was growing up just out of college, हमारी सोच ये थी पहले 15-20 साल मैं जॉब करता हूँ, जब मुझे इंडस्ट्री अच्छी तरह समझ आ जाएगी और मेरे पास इनफ पैसा होगा तब मैं कंपनी शुरू करूंगा, तब मैं अगर फेल भी हो गया then also I am not gonna be in dire straits, you know, I am not gonna lose money, और अगर चल गया तो nothing like it. I think आजकल की यूथ ने वो फ्लिप कर दिया है. What they believe is, look, I probably can get 1 year, 2 years of experience after my education, but that is the best time to try out things externally. So what? You know, if I fail, I have enough opportunities in rest of my life to come back to either a full-scale job or try something else, but I will not have that repent deep in my heart that I wanted to be a businessman. Okay, we do understand not every startup succeeds. There's a much bigger failure rate, but experimentation early, right? And being prepared for failures, small failures, right? And moving on and navigating differently is the mindset that I see in today's generation. And I would say it's great to be part of this. And I'm really amazed and glad to be associated in any way I can help youth as well as the larger industry grow better.
And that's the real future Mastercard is designing for. Let me know in the comments section what you think about this upcoming Agentic Commerce revolution. I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This was your instructor Ansh Mehra and you are learning from the Cutting Edge School.